Xbox dropped a nuke with the news that Gears of War will be in Xbox exclusives for the first time in a long while. This makes the thought logical that some major future games, like for example the same Elder Scrolls 6, might also be an Xbox exclusive, and Xbox will indeed have its own exclusives in the future besides Gears of War. The same Clockwork Revolution will also be a new Xbox exclusive. This really flips the table and the layout of the cards. A quick correction here: after double checking, it turns out they're playing semantics with the phrase console exclusive. Gears of War E-Day, just like Clockwork Revolution, simply won't hit the PS5, but they will absolutely be day one on Steam, so keep that in mind. Therefore, in this sense, the real nuke here is the sudden rollback or sharp cutback of the entire strategy that was starting to take shape under Phil Spencer. Xbox is really, I would say, starting to land some very heavy blows, especially for Sony. This is generally back to basics in every way, right on theme. The familiar reload mechanics and animations are recognizable, and I'm glad that the movement isn't as heavy anymore. It's more flexible and pleasantly maneuverable. You can now take cover not only in a standard stance, but practically in a half-prone position too, which is just mind-blowing, honestly. Based on the gameplay trailer, Gears of War looks like a system seller by every metric. Again, returning to the question of which character is the face of the series and the playable protagonist. I just can't imagine Gears of War without Marcus Phoenix. Yes, there were attempts in the 4th and 5th parts to make a deviation, but I can't see Marcus as a non-playable character in this series. Do whatever you want, say whatever you want, I just can't imagine it. And where the hell was the entire marketing team for the new Fable from Playground Games when they were teasing Fable for, I don't even remember, 2 years in this awful manner of some stupid fairy tale stuffed with all that DEI crap with a confusing tone like you're playing The Sims? And now, only now, they've decided to roll out a dark fairy tale. And in my opinion, I think this is a much more fitting tone for the entirety of Fable. It's a fairy tale, but the tone is much darker now. Even to hell with that ugly stock character, the woman whose model's face they totally ruined and shoved it into the game. Even she isn't teased in this trailer in her usual standard outfit. She's in there in a rooster suit with a different haircut. In short, the entire tone of Fable in this trailer is shifted absolutely to the opposite side. And it just creates a massive dissonance, in a good way, but it's jarring. They couldn't do this for 2 years, and now for some reason it's like someone grabbed them by the balls and they went, okay, we get it, understood, we're doing it right. And you know, when I was watching Gears of War and this showcase for the first time in 12 years, since I switched from the Xbox 360 to the PlayStation 4, I actually thought for the first time that there's something cool on Xbox. By the way, at the recently held Xbox showcase, they also showed us the new Senua game. And I really hope that this entry will be much bigger in terms of content and playtime than the second one. But from this, I had a parallel thought regarding the new God of War. The God of War Laufey, which was shown at the PlayStation Showcase, where everyone attacked the terrible design of the main character and the out-of-place companion in the form of a jelly cube. And I didn't like it either. I don't think the design is good, but for me the main problem isn't that it's a female character at all. It's not about sexism. I believe that when you put a playable character under the God of War logo who isn't Kratos, you completely break the game's marketing and the fans' expectations. When I play God of War, I play it primarily because Kratos is there. Making someone else the playable character instead of Kratos isn't an insane concept. I just think it's a failed marketing concept that alienates a large part of the audience. And from this, I want to bring the thought back to Senua. I like Senua as a character. I like her story, and I absolutely cannot imagine if under the Hellblade logo they replaced her with another character in a third game. If, I don't know, Hellblade was there with some subtitle underneath, but we were playing as someone else. The point is that certain games, I believe for the majority of people, are tied specifically to the main characters we are used to playing as. You can definitely make a spin-off, but the way God of War did it, it's not a spin-off, it's just a continuation of the story, and I think that's a bad marketing move. They just needed to present it differently. I absolutely love that platformers are coming back. Here's Ubisoft releasing Rayman. Well, they are making a remake, but Activision took on Spyro, an entirely new installment in the series, and That is just insanely cool. And it's a shame that Ubisoft is trying to win back its target audience through attempts at remakes, rather than making something genuinely new. The same Rayman, a new installment in the series, shown that hey, we're listening. Even Assassin's Creed could have been done, I'm sure, but apparently the new Assassin's Creed is in the deep shit with its development, and so it's just faster for them to do a remake, but nevertheless. Summing it all up, the past 3 showcase, PlayStation, Summer Game Fest, and the Xbox One have basically shown the real balance of power as of today. Xbox might be making a comeback, not exactly probably in the way everyone would want, or not what everyone expected. It's not coming back as the old Xbox, it's arriving as the new Xbox, ARM, and this showcase presentation, there was a lot of talk about Xbox Cloud. Almost all the games in the presentation, if I'm not mistaken, have Xbox Cloud support, meaning you can play anywhere on any device, mobile, laptop, and so on. But Sony is seriously backed into a corner. Their presentation out of all these 3 was the weakest.